Hey yo, what's going on, you sexy ass motherfuckers? It's me. I'm back at it again. And I would like to apologize for almost being gone for 3 weeks. And that's a long ass time. But as y'all already know, I started school and I also play football. So, you know, I've been a little tired and I haven't gotten enough time to record, and then my parents' anniversary is coming up soon, so we're doing stuff with that. My life has been a little busy these past couple of weeks. I ain't even go lie with you. So yeah, I'd like to apologize for not uploading within these like almost 3 weeks. But yeah, so other than that, let's get into the final of what if Deku was smoke. Now, last time we left off is when they got their provisional license. And now they're halfway to becoming a full hero. As obviously Izuku tells All Might about this, and he's happy. And now he's gonna go to May's dorm. He teleports there. He doesn't feel like going on the bus. So he puts all this shit away, goes to May's dorm, knocks on it to get let in, and he already knows where her room is and everything. As he heads to the room, knocks on it, as it opens almost instantly. As May kind of already knew, the only person who's knocking on her door is Izuku or Power Loader if he needs her. And she smiles, a big ass smile when she sees him, and he's like, "Oh my, you seem really happy." As she just says, "All right, hold on, get in here." As she pulls him inside her room, as Izuku's like, "So, how did you think it went?" As May says, "There's no way you didn't pass. Like, the chances of that happening are near to impossible." As Izuku says, "Well, you're right on that part. And yes, I did pass. I got my license now, man. I'm so I'm so glad that I did now. Like, at first I didn't want to be a hero. I ain't even gonna lie with you. But now I want to save as many people as I can. That's that's my goal. And you can help me along the way." As May gets a little, she ain't a little flustered. She ain't never felt like this before by anyone. So she's she a little disoriented, but she continues on as they start talking about the provisional license and start talking about other things. They start talking about life. They start talking about their classes, how that's going, and this, that, and the third. As their bond is slowly but surely strengthening. But not everything lasts forever. Because in this what if, it's not only the League of Villains, not only the Meta Liberation Army, but also the Shie Hasaikai. So they're all three just in a sort of, how would you say this, mutual agreement that they have a job to do. They have a common goal. It's a temporary alliance, but it's an alliance that is going to shake the very foundation of the world. All of it being in the epicenter of Japan. And so months go by. Izuku obviously still goes to Night Eye's agency, as he really doesn't have anything to learn, but you know he has everything gunning for him, so he just decided to go there just because fuck it. And he tried to fix the relationship between him and All Might, and it sort of works. And they're gathering information about the Shie Saikai. And they figure out that it's not only just them, but they also find out that it's the League of Villains, headed by Shigaraki. And also, they know of a new figure, the Meta Liberation Army. And with a little bit of undercover work, someone, Hawks, discovers that their numbers range in the hundreds of thousands, from normal civilians to villains to even heroes in their ranks. And they know that this time, good might not prevail. But throughout this time, I'd say it take 3 months. As now that they know that they're gathering forces, they all decide to train. They decide to put a hold on, exams and all that extra shit. So they try to make it seem as though they don't know, but they do know. So they're making, students do more practical exams just in case they got to fight. They have heroes training as hard as they can. The villains don't really take note of this. They just, think of it as it being like more enforcement to show more power. But in reality, they're training to fight them. And Izuku, throughout this time, has developed a new technique that I got from the comments that allows him to dissipate smoke in a wide area, and the people inside this smoke he can see their heat. So he has basically thermal vision inside his own smoke. This allows him to not only freely move inside the smoke, because it is a part of him, but it also allows him to trap people inside of it, sort of creating a shield or barrier of smoke. As he finds this very useful, and it actually doesn't really drain him of his stamina as much compared to other things. As another month passed by, Izuku and Mei are finally together after about 5 months, 5 months of them talking, figuring out each other's likes and dislikes, their personality, everything, the ins and outs, basically. As Izuku asked Mei on a date, and Mei was a little nervous. She ain't never done something like this. She a little tomboy kind of. As she decides to go. She dresses up fine as Izuku takes her out to a nice spot, just them two. As he decided to, make a little something, make a little food. You know what I'm saying? Cause Izuku a little chef up in that bitch. And as their date was about to end, they get called. Izuku specifically. As All Might tells Izuku that they received new information from Hawks. That in just a week from now, there's going to be war. As Izuku just says, yes. Alright. As he hangs up the phone, looks at Mei, who's just, seeing the sunset, smiling. As Izuku just smiles while looking at her, and just wonders to himself that if anything happens to her, to any of his friends, he wouldn't know what he'd do with himself. So he vows, not saying anything out loud, but he vows to make sure that everyone he cares about is to be protected by him. and he hopes that the smile that May has will never leave. As he sits next to May, looks at her, and they share a very intimate moment. We're not going into details, but they do a little bit of this and that. Nothing too, you know what I'm saying? Nothing too much, but they indulge in things. And Izuku, after being with May, not even for like 4 weeks, he just says it. He just says, "I love you," and she's a little shocked by that, but she's able to recuperate herself, and she says it back. And Izuku says, "I hope that this smile that you have, I hope that the joy you have, I hope that it never goes away." As we time skip a week ahead to the date of war, as the villains, unknown to them that the heroes know that they are about to attack, they think they're finna have a sneak attack, but in reality, they're gonna be sneaked attack. You know, they're gonna be caught off guard, decked in the motherfucking face. You know what I'm saying? So, the heroes, you know, doing their daily things, but in reality, some unknown heroes and heroes who are some big names are, you know, out of order right now. You know what I mean? So they're in certain places where they know the villains are gonna, you know, wage war on them. As the clock is ticking, 3 hours, 2 hours, 1 hour. Boom! The villains come out of nowhere, all across Japan, but unbeknownst to them, heroes are waiting there, ranking from the bottom of the bottom to the strongest of the strong. And it's crazy. Many things are happening, you know, giants fighting, small people fighting, you know, regular sized people fighting. It's an array of quirks just going off, going at each other. Civilians getting out of the way, some getting hurt and having to be rushed to emergency medical attention. Heroes being severely injured, some being killed. Villains severely injured, some being killed as well. This is war. This is shaking the very foundation of what it means to be a hero. As we cut to Izuku, who is at every location, but he stays at UA. His main body does. As slowly but surely, some of his clones start coming back from being overwhelmed, but already having done the big part of taking care of the opposition. So, you know, he leaves it to the other heroes. As, you know, he's trying to regain his stamina, as May is right there next to him. As, you know, she's asking what's going on, as Izuku says, "War, May. There's people dying, people that I could have saved, but didn't. Because right now, this place that we call home now, is the biggest target of them all. As in that spot, they have both him, All Might, with some power left, like a good amount of power left. Like he can take on any motherfucker. That ass. They have Endeavor there. And they have, you know, every UA student that's capable of fighting. Bakugo, you know, Shoto, Kirishima, you know, everyone there. Every motherfucker's there. Just getting ready. Patiently waiting. Some of them not even knowing that this was going to happen. Some did. And, you know, It's a mix of emotions there in that room. You know, you could cut the tension with a knife, as in just a few minutes, that spot that they call home, it, it's gonna be a bloodbath, as the main forces of both the Shiei Saikai, the League of Villains, and the Meta Liberation Army head to UA. Because when they finally arrive, Izuku steps forward, yelling in a very demanding voice, either surrender now or die trying to take this. As they all laugh, looking at each other, the leaders, sort of questioning what he meant by that. Die? Heroes don't kill, yo. What do you mean, die? As Izuku says, well, we've been authorized to take any lethal measurement that we can. So we're allowed to kill you if we deem it fit. So either leave now, get yourselves arrested, or die. I'm not giving you another option. This is all I'm doing for you, and this is all I will do for you. Choose wisely, because this could be your last day seeing the sun out, breathing, feeling the air against your skin. As they all laugh, everyone else behind Izuku being serious, getting ready to fight, knowing that they won't back down, knowing that they won't surrender, because they spent too much time, too many resources to back down now. Might as well go out with a bang, they said. As Izuku just says, well then so be it. As he summons clones, dozens of them, covers the area in smoke. As he says, I haven't showed anyone this. But right now, I'm not holding anything back. As he just starts attacking them, blindsiding them. As, for a moment, he had the advantage. He had the upper hand. But after a while, he gets tired. And he's getting tired fast. As the other heroes are standing back, observing, not jumping in, waiting for the right opportunity. Izuku already told them what they have to do. When they, attack, when he slips up, quote unquote, that's when they go all in. But they underestimated how strong these three are. As Izuku, he faces death quite a few times while fighting them 1-on-3. Barely missing Shigaraki. Barely missing Kai, Chisaki. And the Doofenshmirtz looking ass motherfucker. I don't remember his name, that ass. But he's getting close to, just dropping from exhaustion. But he knows that he can't. He has to draw this fight out as long as he can to exhaust them, to wear them out, to give them the best possible chance of winning this fight. Because if not, right here, right now, then everything they love, everything they know, it's gone. Blown up in flames. As after countless minutes, what felt like hours, days, comes to a dramatic end as Izuku slips up, getting hit by the Doofenshmirtz ass motherfucker. As they take this moment to try and take advantage of him being so exhausted. But then they remember that they aren't the only ones that are here. They have both All Might, Endeavor, and the class of 1A there, the class of 1B, the teachers. As, they realize that if they want to win this, they gonna have to take some hostages. And that's what they try to do, but they can't. Izuku, he ain't done yet. He ain't throwing the towel yet. As they underestimated how much tenacity, how much drive he has to let the people that he cares about continue smiling, not having a care in the world. If it means him dying, well then so be it. As he continues pummeling each and every one of them, evading and dodging their attacks, him getting scuffed up little by little as the heroes are fighting as well. But it's a tall task. It's a tall task to complete, man. And after what felt like an hour, was only half an hour, they finally fall. They're detained, not killed. But this marks a grand day for everyone. All the forces gone. Now, all there is left to do is mourn for the fallen and look at the next day with hope. Hope for a better day. Hope for a better future. As Izuku falls to the ground, tired, with a smile on his face, knowing that he did what he had to do. As he says, I can live with that. As May comes up to him, hugging him being like, shit, that hurts. I'm a little bruised up there. I'm bleeding there too, and I think I have a broken bone or two. So if you could not hug me so hard, I'd very much appreciate that. And she says, "Oh, I'm sorry. She says, I'm just so happy and glad that you're fine, or somewhat fine." As she chuckles a little, and everyone else gathers around him, congratulating him on what he did. As after a week, 2 weeks, everything slowly is turning back to normal. As instead of society sort of viewing heroes as different, as unreliable, and now their vision on heroes, the way they're perceived, is good, and that good is strengthened each and every passing day. The hope they have in heroes, the trust they have in them. Every day it's getting stronger and stronger. Everyone hoping to become a hero in the future. As everyone is just living their best lives. As Izuku and Mei, well, they're having the time of their life. Izuku's healed up. They hang out. They go on dates. They do everything they can because they never know when their last day is going to be. So they take advantage of every moment they got. And that's the end of this What If. So if you enjoyed it, you know what I'm saying, leave a like, leave a comment. Tell me what you liked about it. And yeah, I'm gonna catch y'all sexy ass motherfuckers later.